Hello, people. How you doing? If anybody has trouble hearing me, please let me know. I wasn't expecting to do a show tonight, but I got to address somebody. You know, every once in a while, people like to do shows to address somebody. So, so I'm going to address this person because he is a rat. You know, he basically sent his friends to prison, and he's on here thinking that he can intimidate people. So we're going to show him tonight that he can intimidate people. We're going to also talk about Sammy Gravano just did a show. Actually a live. It wasn't really a live. They read up two questions at the end. He went on. He didn't answer any question. It was supposed to be a Q&A. It definitely wasn't a Q&A, and it was like 20 minutes long. And I'm going to talk about that too because he made another statement which he lied. And Sammy always does that. He likes to change history. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to call Sammy out on the history that he's trying to change. And you know, people, I was not expecting to do this at all today. I didn't even have this as a thought in my mind at all. So let me get back over here. Okay. Let me say hi to some of you people. Victoria Young, how you doing? Juan Valdez, I don't know who you are because you said that you are a big fan of John Wolfe and all this crazy stuff. Maybe you're John Wolfe. Chris Fitzpatrick, how you doing from London? Damn it, Mandy, how you doing? James Proctor, how you doing here? Let's see. James, thank you very much. I'll drop the link for you in a little bit. David Cameron, The Truth. Welcome. Behave. XXX. Steve Marinara. Midwest Team Muscle Mobsters. How you doing, my man? Sean. Appreciate you being here, Sean. Fighting Irish. Good to see you. Damn it, Mandy. Feathersteak. I haven't seen you in a while, Feathersteak. Welcome here. Let's see who else. Victoria Young. I think I called your name already. Paul Clinton. Toxic Masculinity. The Albanian Syndicate. Let's see. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to get to the bottom here. Donald, how you doing, Donald? Marky Mark. Good to see you here again, Marky Mark. Welcome. Okay. Down Neck Team Muscle Newark. How you doing, my man? Gravesend. It's good to see that you showed up. Stephen Dodd. Grandino. Kid Rock. J.A. Claudio John Perry. Welcome, Claudio. Irish Mob. It's good to see you here. King of Queens. The Westies. Good to see you in the house, Westies. B1. It's good to see you here. Let's see what else here. Victor Diagostino. How you doing? Edwin the Ladies Man Jimenez. Okay. Oh, I will never make as much money as FBS just made. God bless FBS. Let's all hope that he can make lots of money. Okay. I'm saying that sarcastically. Oz, how you doing? Montauk, Steve Harrard, Ron Gross. Okay, now you guys are starting to pour in here. Let's see. So we're only going to go so far here. But people, I'm going to talk about a few things. First, I want to talk about there's a tough guy around here, people. Let me tell you a story about Francis Fiordilino. Yes, his name is Francis. Now, Francis was a coffee boy / gangster. He used to sit in and listen and hear things. And then he became a big rat and ratted out his friends. We're not talking about him ratting out people that he didn't know. We're talking about most of the people that he ratted on were his friends. And he put a lot of his friends away in prison. And he's now on here, and he wants us to believe that he's a tough guy. And Francis has been calling me old and fat, and I look like I'm 80 and all that stuff. So, you know, he was saying that. So I want to show you guys something. Now, look at my face, people. You see me, I'm not the best looking guy. I'm my age, right? And this is what Francis used to look like. This is Francis now. This is me This is Francis. This is me. This is Francis. Francis, I don't get it. What are you trying to tell me? That you're extremely handsome or something? You see, people, you got nothing but rats over on that side now. You got a guy who sold out. He literally sold out everything that he believed in to become a rat lover. And he has lowlives like this Francis Fiordilino over there. There's a new lowlife in town too that likes to talk about people getting shot in the head and Howard Santos, this clown right here. He thinks he's a pretty boy. Well, so but I'm not going to talk too much about him because I got a video I'm going to drop on him, a premiere, because I read deeply into his case. So he deserves his own special show. And Francis Fiordilino today is only going to get a couple minutes of my time. But people, I want to play a recording of something Francis said. But we're going to wait for a little bit. Let me read some more of these right here. Irish Mob, good to see you here, my man. I wasn't expecting to do a live today. Parasite Slayer, Wolf, how many socks have you having here today? God knows what Wolf, right? This one we already know. He's just one of those guys from over there that wants to talk about his buddy, which is fine. As long as you're respectful about it, you could stay. It's going to be good. Freezing weather here. Snow this weekend. Sorry to hear about that, Westies. It's pretty nice. I'm here in West Texas, which gets so-so. Vincent D'Agosto. I like my last name, brother. Yes, D'Agosta. You know, you need to come on here and tell me how to pronounce it. Okay. Trying to catch up here in the chat, people. It's good to see you here, Lauren. I'm sorry, NB. It's good to see you here. Steve Harrard. Thomas Cariola, Fatso has no mirror. That's why he's busting your balls, my balls. Yeah, that's right, Thomas. He's not busting my balls. He's making threats. So what I'm going to do is put up these threats so you people can hear the threats that this punk's putting up. And this is what they do, these rats. They still think they're gangsters. But the problem was guys like him and guys like Santos, they were never gangsters. They were low level. So Santos was saying, I was making fun of him yesterday. He got caught getting in a car in front of the FBI. You know what he said? He said, that's not true. I was 2 blocks away from the FBI building. But a mobster caught you going into that car, my man. You were 2 blocks away. How bright are you in Queens? You're ratting on all your friends in Queens, and you're in front of the FBI getting in a car? Really? Okay, let's see. So I'm going to play you something, people. I got 3 donations I want to thank people for. $30, and I got to do this right now, people, because I forgot to do it. Okay, let's see. Mark Schumacher, $25. Thank you very much. James Proctor, $100. Thank you very much. Matt Davenport, $40. Thank you very much. G, I'm not going to mention your name, $40. And then Amy, $20. Thank you guys. And I know you guys, a couple of you said it's for Christmas. Very much appreciated. You can't even imagine how appreciated it is. Thank you very much. Okay, people. This is the kind of garbage that FBS has on his channel. I want you to listen to this, people. I'm going to play it for a couple minutes. Into this like perverted thing, you know. How much trouble can you get
opinion from kicking the guy in the balls or smacking?
Nothing. That's something I fucking year, big fucking deal.
You know,
the problem is he's old. I might kill him.
Nobody listen. Go behind his head. We're just looking to embarrass him.
Yeah, Frank sounds like, if I'm understanding this correctly, Frank, I think you want to talk about it, but you think I don't want you to? No, I didn't mean it that.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say,
no. This is people talk. You know when people talk out on the street, they're going to say, well, he's not ever going to do anything. No, that's not the case. I just don't want to talk about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you do want to talk about it,
I'm going to do it. I'm going to be a
I think there's a little bit of doubt in his mind, like he might be a little bit worried because he keeps saying that if you go to Texas, you're never going to leave Texas. You know, like
that is even infuriating me more to go.
Yeah, I know, and they know automatically by looking at somebody that they're up to no good. And probably all his neighbors hate him anyway.
Oh, yeah. It was quiet with the fucking, you're living next to a fucking kidnapper.
Okay, basically, people, what I want to basically say there is you got this punk, Francis Fiordilino, and you got this other punk talking about putting bullets in the back of people's heads. You got people in the chat talking about putting bullets in the back of people's heads. You got this guy talking about coming to my house, that I'm an old man. He doesn't want to hurt me. That's why he won't hit me that hard. Let me tell you something, Frank. You're more than welcome to come to my house. Okay? Stop talking shit, punk. You are a rat, dude. You are in your 50s. I'm not worried about you. And on top of that, what did you say? I was, once again, people, he's making fun of my looks. Okay. Here's what he looks like. This guy is making fun of my looks, people. This guy right here. Look at this guy. Isn't he handsome? Handsome fella, ain't he? Hi, Lee. Great show, dude. One of your best podcasters, but your mods blocking without reason. Mods better not be blocking. Please let me know right now if my mods are blocking. Proctor, I'd like to know that. I don't want anybody blocking anybody in here. They can put them on timeouts. I'll block them. Yeah, right? That's who it is. The ghost. It looks like Butterbean. Look, tell me he doesn't look like Butterbean. Butterbean's going to come to my house and beat me up. Butterbean. Hugely Cole fans, the truth, you always say that, for easing up on the blocking. Well, you're not going to get blocked if you don't deserve it, my man. I'm going to put down a link. Okay, people, I'm going to put down the link if somebody wants to grab it and jump up. James, you can come up and we can talk about what we're going to talk about. You're more than welcome. Angel, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome too. I know Angel's getting ready for a show she's doing tonight. She has an interview. I don't know who she's interviewing, but I also know there's quite a few people on right now too. And Josie, I apologize. I didn't realize Josie was going on. And that's because I don't usually come on people. Okay. Lee, don't insult Butterbean, then you'll have a problem. That's true. You know, he wishes he was as good looking as Butterbean. We're going to get into Sammy Gravano. Hey, people, I'm going to tell you about a good thing. Sammy Gravano does a lot of stories, right? There's a great site, and I put it down here. If you want to get Sammy Gravano's 302s, let me show you this right here. This is the smoking gun. I got the link underneath. And if you want to get Sammy Gravano, whenever you're looking at his stories and you want to get Sammy Gravano and read up about him, all you got to do is pull this up, people. I'll give you an example. These are all his 302s right here. Let me give you an idea of what he ratted on. Bid rigging, steel business, construction business, Frank Pacello, the murder of Frank Pacello, the murder of Frank Fiala, the murder of Nicholas Mormondo, the murder of Roy DeMeo, Augusta Scaffini, Jamie Heidel murder, Michael DeBat. See, all this is right here. All you got to do, people, that's right there. Anytime you want that, you could pull that up. All you need is that link, and you could check. And it's very interesting stuff to read because it tells you about everything that went down with all his murders and exactly what he did. And you can compare him to his videos that he does now because his videos are nothing like these 302s. Quite a few stories in the videos are not like what he says on here. So if you're interested in finding out exactly what's going on with him when he does a story, if you're not true, if you don't feel it's true, just go check his 302. That's all you have to do. I'm going to take that down, but I just want to let you guys know about that. Yeah, Benny, he ratted on half the city. He sure did. He ratted an awful lot of people. Ricardo say, hey, Lee, you're my brother because I wanted to say, okay. Maria, it's good to see you here. Do not block Maria, please. Carol, I didn't see you there before. How you doing? Ron Gross, how you doing? Okay, Sigma, Lee Cole, Johnny Mack has been giving women on here drugs in order to sleep with them. Okay, well, this ain't the Johnny Mack show, my man. God bless Angel and the children, yes. Someone discovered Google, nicely done, Lee Cole. Okay, thank you, Southie. Wise ass. Okay, but anyway, the Britters welcome in Lee Cole land. Anybody's welcome in here as long as they're respectful. And that's what it comes down to. Just be respectful. Baby Bacala, aka Pep. How you doing? Now we're going to get into Sammy Gravano because Sammy said something. I want to show you something. We're going to talk about Sammy. Give me 1 minute, please. Okay, Sammy did a live show yesterday, right?
A whole bunch of us. Roy DeMeo, John Gotti, Frank and Chico, myself, and on and on. All kinds of tough guys. And Paul said, the true tough guys are cops. You could have heard a pin drop. He said there's a domestic violence case or something. They go, they run into the house. They don't know what they're going to find. And it's dangerous. And it is. Nobody's denying that. But you're telling a bunch of hit guys the true tough guy is a cop? Kind of shows how he lost touch with the reality of the mafia. When we got up to leave, we were in a pack walking towards the door, and Paul was right behind us. Roy DeMeo said pretty loud, we all heard him. I'm sure Paul must have heard him. And he said, the next time he needs somebody killed or something done, maybe he should go call a fucking cop. There was a few little giggles.
I'm playing that for a reason, people. That's a new Sammy Gravano story. Sammy Gravano wants us to believe that there was a big meeting at Paul Castellano's house, that Roy DeMeo was in it, John Gotti, and he's saying a lot of guys. First of all, it's a known fact that Paul Castellano very rarely came out of his house, and he only trusted 3 guys. When he wanted to give an order to somebody, he had 3 guys that he trusted. that would come to his house mostly. Don't get me wrong, everybody went to his house, but when he gave orders out in the last 2 years, he was very, very paranoid. So basically, he would tell Tom, he gave orders to Thomas Gambino, James Fiella, aka Fiella, Jimmy Brown, and Danny Marino. And the reason I show you this is because when Paul wanted something done, those were the guys that he knew. Those guys were the guys from the streets, and he would send them to tell people what to do. Sammy's making it sound like John Gotti was sitting at a table with Paul Castellano, and other people were at this table. He's saying there were several people here, and that actually, can you imagine Paul Castellano in a meeting saying to John Gotti, "The good guys are the cops"? Can you imagine Paul saying that to anybody? Do you realize what that would do to his credibility? And that story was never out there, people. And this is what I mean about Sammy Gravano changing history. He keeps coming out with these stories over and over and over again, different stories. And then he said something that people have to understand. He said that Paul Castellano wasn't really a tough guy. He was just a racketeer. Listen, people, you can say what you want about Paul Castellano, but to say he didn't kill people or ordered people's death, okay, let's put it this way. He ordered the death of Roy DeMeo. He ordered the death of father and son, Ralph Eppolito and James Eppolito. He ordered their deaths, okay? And let's see, okay, 1 second, please. He ordered his death. He ordered his son-in-law's death. He ordered one of his girlfriend's deaths. His daughter's other boyfriend's deaths. He ordered the death of Sammy Gravano's brother-in-law. And you know what? This is how important Sammy Gravano was to Paul Castellano. He didn't call Sammy to tell him that it was going to be done. He had Frankie DeCicco go tell him it was going to be done. If Sammy was as big as he was, do you think Paul would go through DeCicco to tell Sammy that we're going to whack your brother-in-law? And see, that's what it is, people. Sammy, you have to understand, Sammy Gravano was not the underboss under Gotti until DeCicco got killed, and then he had a temporary one in, and then that's when Sammy came in. Sammy was an underboss for 1.5 years. But Sammy's making it sound like he made all these plans that he planned to hit on Castellano and stuff. All you have to do is go read those 302s that I just put up and showed you. That's all you have to do. Okay, let me read some more of these comments. You guys can tell me what you think. Be honest. Marky Mark, his other story was that Paul C. told all kinds of captains that Sammy was the only gangster and racketeer in the family. Could you imagine Paul saying some shit like that? You're right. Can you imagine Paul saying that to guys that are gangsters? Guys that are in the family? Can you imagine him like telling John Gotti that or Frankie DeCicco? I mean, if I'm correct, Frankie DeCicco was always Sammy's boss. Frankie DeCicco was always above Sammy. Big Paul was a gangster. You know, I never really studied Big Paul, but when I studied him, first of all, you got to remember that he was in charge of the family for over 10 years. I mean, he had a long reign. But at the end, he got soft. But to say that he wasn't a killer, you know, here's some of the things he got charged with. In March 1984, Castellano was charged with federal racketeering, and then he was also charged in the murders of the Eppolito's father and son. Other charges included extortion, narcotic trafficking, theft, and prostitution. And then about 10 months later, he got charged with another charge. He was arrested on charges of racketeering, the result of the mob, and that led to the commission trial. Those were the tapes. And then a couple of months after that, Castellano was indicted on loan sharking charges, tax evasion, and not reporting the profits from his illegal rackets, and pled guilty. Then on November 4th, 1985, in a testimony he got from Vito Arena, he got car theft. He was the head of the car theft, and he was connected to 5 murders. Does that sound like a guy that's just a racketeer? Right there, you got 7 murders there. This man was going to, you know what? The best thing that ever happened to him was probably getting killed, because there was no way he was going to beat all those charges. I mean, there were so many charges on him. Big Paul grew up running up and down the streets of Brooklyn. Carlo Gambino, yes, he did. That's where he grew up. He grew up with those guys. There's no difference between him, the way he grew up, and anybody else. Son of a gun is a serial killer, 19 bodies, for crying out loud. Maybe more, probably more. I would say Sammy had more bodies than that, when you think about it. Because you think that he's going to tell everybody everything he did, who he killed to take over businesses and stuff. All you got to do is go read those 302s and get an idea of how evil this man is. And now he's making statements like he's still a mafia boss inside. He's still a leader. He thinks he's still a gangster. There's nothing gangster about Sammy Gravano. Once you rat everybody out, you're not a gangster no more. And then last night, on the other side, I heard a couple guys there saying that Sammy Gravano didn't really start the thing in Arizona. His kids started it, and then he had to help them out. I mean, really, guys? Nobody tells Sammy Gravano what to do. I mean, I can't believe what I hear over there. They're so pro-rats now. That's all they got is rats. That's it. And they're in every show all the time. Whether it's on Gunsmoke's channel, FBS's channel, no matter what. Rats everywhere. And this is a guy that took pride in not even liking rats. And now he has them everywhere. Talking about a guy that sold out. Who has sold out worse than him? Okay. Give me 1 minute, please. Okay, James, I dropped you that. You can come up now. Sammy was an extremely powerful man. He was a gangster's gangster. The question is that is pure ignorance. At the end of the day, he betrayed the oath. He swore to uphold the rats. Michael, I definitely question that. Do you understand how many men he put in jail at the end of the day? And then he lied and said it was because Gotti was going to have him killed, or Gotti wanted him to take the fall. So, Michael, you know, that's the problem that we got here. We have too many people that just want to be just want to go along with it. Right now, you have all these young people coming into here, and all these young people are believing what they hear. You know, they're believing Sammy, but they don't, you know, they don't research nothing. They don't look into anything. Okay, Michael, you said what you had to say. I appreciate it. Thank you. I disagree with you, but you said what you had to say. Castellano was picked up at Appalachia and holding up a store, said that the other 2 guys with him were hitchhikers. Paul kept his mouth shut and filled in as boss of the Gambinos when Carlo Gambino was sick. For quite a while, my man. I read the book, Karen Gravano, Mob Daughter. She explained what happened with how Sammy got involved. How would Todd, I don't even know how she would know anything about Sammy. She does. She's his daughter. I mean, these mobsters don't tell everything to their kids. I mean, they keep a lot of things to themselves. They just don't talk. Piggy will have a picture of Gravano on his wall behind him. Oh, it's only a matter of time. The way he praises these rats, the way he has them on his channel, it's only a matter of time. And then, well, James, if you're having trouble with your camera, come in with just your voice. How many people did he kill and take over their business? Carol, quite a few. Quite a few. History Channel documents got these people believing rats. They do. Come on, they believe John A. Light's narratives. John A. Light, you guys seen John A. Light when he was on Netflix? But this is so ridiculous now. Now you have these rats like this scumbag right here. And I'm going to go at you harder than ever, Frank. You're going to threaten me? You're going to threaten me, Butterbean? I'm going to go at you harder than ever. If you want, it's like he said, he's going to come to my house. The other day, they were talking about my car. They know what it looks like. Dude. And yes, I said, dude, okay? You do whatever you want. Talk is cheap, my man. Talk is cheap. Did you kill somebody from behind in your life? Yes, you did. Because that's what cowards do. But there you are. There's your face, handsome man. Keep on threatening me. I'll be unmerciful with you. And the other rat that was up there talking shit yesterday, Howard Santos, another rat. Another guy talking shit about me. Howard, it's like I said, you got your own show I'm premiering. It took me 2 days to put your show together. So people will know what a dirtbag you are, what kind of rat you are, and what you did. That's what we're going to talk about. So this is what the rats do. Then we have Gene Barillo over here the other day, threatening people. Gene, where are you today? Did they pick you up or something yet? I mean, did they grab you off the streets? Lee, you didn't finish my comment. I said he betrayed the oath and swore to protect the rats. No respect from me. Blaming Gotti is just a reason. Okay, I'm sorry, Michael. If that's how you want to finish it off, I apologize. Thank you. History knew the feds knew Sammy's bullshit and was selling dope. That's why they that's why that rat Caso's agreement was ripped up. Feds don't want any threats to their pet rats. Yes. You know, and a lot of people say that, Marky Mark, not just you. A lot of people say that. That was the case. Oh, Jamie Jarvin got timed out. That guy's just a dickhead, but that's okay. Let him talk. Octavia, Lee, I can't stand you. But what have I ever done to you? I don't know you. Octavia, you've done nothing to me. I have no problem with you, Octavia. None whatsoever. So who's ever telling you this shit is lying to you. I barely know who you are. We had a couple beefs, big deal. They're over. You know, that's it. Nobody's mad. Joey Franks. Lee, talk is cheap. You never done enough time to rat. Only thing you're doing is butchering names, you hack. What is his name? Joey Fucks? I can't pronounce it correctly. But Joey, welcome. Thank you for the view, brother. Gene's at a whorehouse somewhere breaking the door. Oh, Jarvis says, Lee, you are all drama and you're going to interview another rat. James, I will bet your mother's life. I will bet your mother's life that I will never interview another rat again. If you want, I'll throw your father in too. Yep, she's coming home either tonight, but tomorrow. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't. Irish Mob, how you doing, Irish Mob? Gene Barillo isn't playing with a full deck, shows how far the mob fell. If they listen, people, all you got to do is look at this Santos guy, this Fiordilino guy. That tells you why the mob fell. That tells you right there. So the other day, this guy Santos was on saying that John Gotti destroyed the mafia. After John Gotti died, this guy was wearing a wire for 2 years, and he put a shitload of Gambinos in prison. So I would like to say to you, Santos, how many Gambinos did John Gotti rat on? 0. How many did you rat on? I think it's like 18, 20 something. Some of them were your best friends. And you were wearing a wire for 2 years. You were going over your friend's house. You were going to your friends' houses with a wire. You were visiting their family. And then you also ratted out a relative too. I'm not going to talk about that, Mr. Santos, because I'm going to put that in. It's already in your video. See, here's what you guys got to do. Frank Fiordilino, Frankie, I'm sorry, I'm going to call you Francis. Francis, here's what I will say for you to do. You need to get your own show. Show that you can be a little successful doing this, which I doubt. And then also, Santos, you need to do the same thing. Maybe you and Francis can have a show together. And then you could show us all how to do these shows. You ever think about that, Francis? I mean, you guys seem to be together like you're a tag team on FBS's show lately. And FBS, stop talking about how you don't need other people. You got all the rats up there talking, mocking people, making fun of people. That's what you got going on right now. So who are you kidding, dude? Don't you have any guilt that you're dealing with these rats at all, my man? I remember, it's unbelievable. And these aren't even rats. These are like low level. These are like the sleazy rats. These are the rats that give you the plague. These are the rats where the mosquitoes jump off and bite you and give you the plague. How can people look up at these 6 snitches? I mean, really, what has the world come to? It's a cliche at this point, looking back over the last couple of years. You're right, Richie. What the world has come to is what we see now. You know, there's no dignity in anything. You got podcasters here that look up people's personal stuff. You got podcasters here that will literally try to find people's personal financial history and then talk about it and brag about it. Think that they've done something. You got people that will put up family members without even thinking twice about it. And then if people fight back, they get mad. I could proudly say that I've never put anybody's family member up, and I never will. But none of these guys that are attacking people can say that. None of them. See, John Hoochin, I like your content. I appreciate that, John. Thank you. Todd Berman, why did he get so it's easy sentence the second time with the drug ring? Because he was a good. Hey, listen, Todd, he should have been. Once Sammy got busted with those drugs, he should have been put in prison for the rest of his life. But they didn't do that. Todd Berman, how you doing? Matty Marinera, how you doing? Good to see you here, my man. Sons of Italy, how you doing today? Good to see you here. Hey, what's the matter, man? You guys afraid of me to come up here? My wrestling partner tells me to throw the thing. He doesn't jump up, and here's that link. Come on, guys. Somebody jump up here. Unless you guys are all like quiet today or hiding. Did you realize that the reason all those people got killed on Sammy's order is because John Gotti was in jail at the time? Dib, for example. John Gotti never wanted Dib dead. Of course he didn't. Who took over his business? Who took over DB's business when he was killed? Who did it go to? Everything down there went to Sammy. Sammy split it. But Sammy got part of that business. And people forget that John Gotti was in jail a few times before the final trial, and months at times, where other people were out in the street. And let me see. I missed my flight. I'm in St. Louis Airport looking at the V-Big paintings of Abe Lincoln and Brad Pitt. Wow, Abe Lincoln's next to Brad Pitt. Who would have ever thought? I would look into the farmers in South Africa, Danke. Let me tell you something, John. With all this stuff going on in America, somebody in South Africa is going to have to look into those. We got people being murdered here. We got kids being murdered here. Crimes in our cities out of control. I mean, we don't even, to look at crimes and stuff, we don't need to go to other countries. There's plenty of crime here. But thank you. I understand what you're saying. MB, how you doing?
Hello, people.
Hello. I'm glad to see you here. What's up?
Well, you needed a friend to grab the link, so I just wanted you to know that I'm here for you. I don't know much about the mob content and stuff like that, but that's why we push back is so important, because these lying informants want to go on YouTube and spread misinformation. So it's good for people like you to call them out, because they're trying to change history.
And what's making it worse now is you got a podcast who's allowing these guys on and threatening people. A matter of fact, FBS said last night, he said to Francis. He said to Francis that you're allowed to say whatever you want on here, basically to threaten me. So you got a guy that has a channel that cleared it and said, look, you could threaten him if you want.
So what were they doing? They were threatening to come to Texas and hurt you?
Well,
Frank Fiordilino was trying to get other people to do it. And then when he was on Gunsmoke's show, I told him, I said, why don't you do it? Stop trying to get other people. Then he got triggered because he's a little bitch. He got triggered like a little bitch. And then on top of that, okay, Lauren, you're a woman, right?
Yes. I put my camera on, but I just I'm not fully dressed.
Okay. But you're a woman, or unless you're gay with a very with a woman's voice. I'm going to show you something. This man was making fun of the way I look, right? And this is the man that was making fun of the way I look.
That man?
That man right there.
What size bra does he wear? You're good with ordering lingerie.
And then on top of that, he said I look like 80.
Is that the one whose nickname is Handsome something?
No.
Oh, okay.
Handsome is this guy right here.
But what does he look like now? He looks like that now?
No, he's not like that now. But I got a nice video, an hour-long video coming out on Howard Santos. And you know what's funny? I wouldn't even bother these guys if they don't start. They're the ones that started insulting me, including this Frank Fiordilino. And he doesn't realize that we've been on here a long time. We get attacked by everybody.
Yes.
And so these guys don't even have shows. They come on here and they think that they can attack people and get away with it. But these guys are the lowlives. These are the low-level rats that put.
Well, who in this chat even knew who Frank Fiordilino was before he came on that channel? I didn't. Well, I didn't even know who he was until you even mentioned him. That's how low-level he is.
Oh, he's low-level. He was a coffee boy.
Okay. So he's going to make a coffee.
He had his ear to the table, and he was a coffee boy. He was looking at a year and a half. So he ratted, he said, I can't do a year and a half. So he had a rat.
He ratted for a year and a half?
Yeah, maybe it was a couple months. I'm not sure. Maybe it may have even been 10 days.
Unbelievable. And then the biggest they could do after that is go on YouTube and go on those channels over there, some low-level channels that don't even have 10K subs. That's a little embarrassing.
Well, they can't start their own channels. These guys are big mobsters. These guys are like major mobsters in their mind, but none of them are capable of starting their own channels.
How many, when they go on their channels, how many likes do they get? Does the creator get when they bring these informants on their channel? How many likes are they getting? What did we say today? Like 57?
Oh, yesterday there was 57 likes on FBS. Likes to make fun of people's shows, but yes, his show ended yesterday with 57 likes.
Hello, Angel. How are you?
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Angel and I had 200 likes. So,
Yeah.
and they like to make fun that people listening to shows over here. Oh, why did I put this guy's face up?
That's the handsome guy.
Yeah. So, what do you do if he was looking at you, MB, saying, "Hey, how you doing?"
He doesn't look like that now, and I don't think he's very handsome. But also, there's certain things called filters. It looks like there's a couple filters put on that picture. But who names himself handsome? It's like me calling myself skinny NB or these. He must have a big ego, huh?
Well, I'm sure that he got his ass busted in prison. Oops. Okay. I'm dropping a link, Angel. If you want to grab it, grab it. Come on up.
Yeah, she knows more about this stuff than I do, especially these informants.
She's been a busy woman. You know, I wasn't even expecting to do a show today, but we got
You got
James.
threatened. Hey, James. So they threatened you last night, or it's been throughout? They've been going on these channels threatening you.
James. Hey, can you hear me, James? This is the Angel Gotti, everybody. The Angel Gotti.
Hello,
Angel.
Holy Cole. Hello, everybody.
Hey, Angel. How are you?
How are you?
James, can you hear
everyone.
me?
Hello.
So, Angel, I know you've
Can you
been
hear me?
busy. Yes. You have an interview tonight, don't you, Angel?
Yes, I do, and I've been so busy all day. Hello, Sons of Italy.
So why don't you tell us what the interview is about?
The interview was about this man named Peter, and he was ratted out by a woman who was an informant for the Italian mafia, is what they said. And he has an interesting story. He really does. He was dating Madonna, and she introduced him to this woman, and then that's it from there. And then he was in prison with a whole bunch of men. Some of them my father's friends, and he will be on at 8:30.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And let me ask you another question. What do you think about Sammy's new? We were talking about this before. Sammy's trying to claim that Paul Castellano had this big get together, which your father was there, Roy DeMeo was there, all the big killers. They were all there. Not your father; he's not a killer. Okay, but anyway,
Okay.
your father was. Yeah, I'm joking. Your father was there, and he named other people, Frankie DeChico, and he said that Paul told them, started telling these guys how good cops were. Could you see Paul Castellano telling hardcore guys like that, talking positive about cops to them?
No, but here's the thing, like I told you earlier, is that his house was bugged. How come nobody ever said that before?
Yeah, that's right. The house was bugged. There was no bugs that came out with Paul Castellano talking about how great cops were.
No.
And on top of that, if he had those gangsters in there with that level, you're talking about DeMeo, John Gotti, you're talking, they're all right at that moment. They're all part of the RICO Act.
Exactly. And
Because
meanwhile, when he was arrested, my father wasn't arrested on that case.
None of those charges from that house ever
No.
came up. They never even, and people don't think about, when Sammy says things, they just let him say whatever he wants.
Yes.
The tapes, the only thing that was on the tapes for Big Paul was a couple of things. Him fighting with his girlfriend, who was also the housekeeper. It was more of those type of conversations. And then there weren't any conversations of quote unquote business that came up on the tapes. I mean, it's actually very boring conversations. So there's very little that came out of the tapes. But yeah, they did have a bug in the house.
They make a beautiful couple, don't they, James?
Yeah, she's Colombian, by the way. I don't remember her name now, but yeah, she's Colombian. Pretty, not that attractive. So not sure. I would think he could have done better.
So what wires did come up with is that affair that he was having with that woman,
Yeah.
and the fact that he was using a penis pump.
No way.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that was on
that
the
was
wire.
it.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, and so nobody knew he was using the penis pump, or that he was.
Yeah, he was diabetic is the reason he couldn't get it up because of health reasons.
Yeah, but
you
if you
know?
need to get it up, I mean, okay, let's go over this again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't. Yeah, that's like a.
yeah, it's like, why are you making it so difficult?
So who's the
Angel
lady in the
was a-
picture? That lady's his girlfriend, or that's his wife?
Yes, that's the maid that he was having an affair with.
Okay.
On his
And then,
wife.
and she stayed with him even though his pee-pee didn't work. Got it.
Well, no, he had the pump in it. He could pump it up.
Oh. Okay.
He used to call Sammy over, and Sammy used to pump it up for him.
Okay. And then Sammy would clean it when he was done.
No, actually, Sammy did a video where he said that he asked Paul to show him the pump and use it. And so
No, you're full of it, really?
Angel, isn't that the truth? He said that.
I've heard it. I haven't heard it from his mouth, but I
He
did
went
hear
on
that.
one of his shows over there.
Right.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I heard it from. I don't watch him, so I don't know.
Yeah, he said that. He said that Paul was saying that he had a penis pump, and he wanted to see Paul use it, and Paul used it.
Do they come in different sizes, penis pumps? Like, is there one size fits all?
They're all 12 inches.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Gloria Alarte was her name.
Yeah,
She
Gloria
was-
liked that. Yeah.
She was known as the Yoko Ono of the mob.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So Angel,
Yes, Lee Cole.
is everything okay with you?
Is everything okay with me?
Okay, because now you have this thing going on where FBS got the papers for the lawsuit. Well, not for the lawsuit, basically for a cease and desist. And he refused to listen to it. He basically said that the lawyer can go to hell. He did not care. He was kind of rude about it. What do you think about that?
So that letter wasn't from me. That's from my daughter and her attorneys, and he is going after my daughter because of things that other people say and do. He lied and slandered her and all that crap. So now I'm not gonna get upset over this. We'll see him in court. That's it. We're going to court.
There's actually footage of him saying that he
I have
slanders
it
her.
all. Yes,
Right.
I have it all. I
His
have it-
words, I will continue to slander her.
Yes.
So I have a question on that. So
our
is
attorney
there
has
an
everything.
sorry.
I'm
No,
sorry.
go ahead.
James. Go ahead.
No, I was asking, is there an actual court date or is this just the cease and desist?
This is what you do first. Like,
Mhm.
this is what you send out first to show the court that you've tried to,
Right.
reason with this person. But now what he's saying, that will be sent to her attorney now. And now I guess, we're going to go to court. That's it. I didn't, you want to say what you want about me, do whatever you do. You want to blame me for everything, blame me. But his reasonings for going after my daughter are 100% wrong. So now she's not going to take that line down. You can't do that to somebody because you're mad at somebody else. You're going to try to destroy her. No, we're going to go to court now. If that's what he said, I don't watch him. All I do is download
He was his usual animal self.
okay. So then I download it and I send it over to her attorney, and that's it.
I'm sure the attorney's watching everything anyway.
Oh no, whatever I download and send to him, they they watch, and now we'll see what happens. I mean, I've never seen anybody like him in all my life. She did nothing to him, absolutely nothing to him. And so now I guess he just wants to go to court. We'll go to court.
Lori Love says, I suggest reading Linda Melito's book, Mafia Wife. It's a different inside perspective of being married to the mob. She also gives an honest reflection of Gravano in her own words.
Yes, she does. And that book is a good book. And Linda was a good lady. Well, she is. She's still alive. She's a good lady. And his daughter is a sweetheart.
And if anybody wants to donate, don't feel bad. Donate. I'm not going to stop you.
Lico is begging for money, everybody.
Oh, he's seriously begging right now. You see that?
He's
don't have-
begging.
Yeah.
Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. He's begging.
Yeah.
He's on his
Yeah.
knees.
I don't have the same old people throwing me cash every night.
And if you can't afford to send him money, please give him a like. Hit the like
Yes,
button.
hit those like buttons. Let me tell you something. I don't want 56 likes after I do a show. That's embarrassing.
He doesn't want $56
Well,
either.
I heard when it ended, it was 30. And then later on in the afternoon, it got up to 57.
Well, what did I explain to you before? You know, if one person has 20 accounts, that's only one person. So, and we know some of his people have more than multiple accounts.
Respect to any man that kept their mouth shut and did their time, not defending their crimes, but defending their honor. People have no idea how harsh prison is. It makes the psych. Oh, yeah, believe me. There's a lot of guys in this genre that have been done prison time.
Yeah, I think that he is, the way he's behaving, there's something definitely wrong. But maybe he's just trying to impress. He's the new FBS Social Club, the Rodent Inn. Maybe he's trying to impress all those rodents. I don't know, but like I said, she didn't deserve what he's doing to her. And so that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. Listen, that's what you do when you try to not have to go to court. So now we go to court.
Mark, damn, Francis blew up like a fucking balloon. Jesus, Francis, you're literally a fat rat now. Come on. He's not really that big. I mean, this was taken 2 months ago. But someone made a good point, though. Do you know who bought these people here and started interviewing them, like Frank and it
was Tom LaVecchia.
Tom LaVecchia bought these people.
It was. That's why I always said, I told all of you from the very beginning, Tom LaVecchia is the first one who gave A-Light a platform, and then it didn't matter what they did or what they didn't do. He gave a platform to all of them.
The one that MRE did the other day with the Cheeks guy, the Jimmy Cheeks.
Yes.
That's LaVecchia's friend who runs that channel. They're buddies, and you could tell by their.
I knew that they were friends, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. So that explains it.
Well, what do you consider friends? Okay,
if that's his friend and he is listening to that story, then Tom's a bigger fraud than I ever thought. Truthfully,
it depends on your definition of friends. I don't know, like real life, but YouTube friends. I see them in communication a lot on YouTube.
Okay, so then that explains it. Oh my!
Do you understand what I'm saying? Because there's different levels of friendships. I don't know.
I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is true,
that word's thrown around very conveniently. Friends,
Yes.
Especially on YouTube. But it's like
there are no friends on YouTube.
You don't think so, Angel? I thought we were friends, Angel.
I'm talking about on YouTube.
Oh,
yeah, there's a different level. There's different levels to it, and
because you can be friends with someone one day and then you disagree with something that they believe in, and then the next thing you know, your daughter's being slandered.
Mm-hmm. There's a difference between being friends and friendly.
Right.
Difference. Friendly.
Hey, Dominic.
Marky Mark said, "Can you believe that shit, crazy man? He helped put a effing wire in Paul's house." Shake my head.
Who did? Who put the wire?
But I want to. This is something that Angel was talking about. Angel.
Yeah.
What was the odds of them getting a wire in your house?
Well, first of all, it was never done ever. And that was because of a few reasons. First of all, we never left the house alone. And if somebody came in like to fix something, my brother had to be there. Or my father, my brother, there had to be somebody there, man there. And also my father never brought anybody home. So for them to wire us all yelling and, doing what we do as a family was ridiculous because he never brought anybody into our house. He was.
What was the biggest deterrent?
Oh, and we had, of course, our Neapolitan Mastiff, Charlie.
So they had to get past the Mastiff if they wanted to go.
Yeah.
So I guess Paul let his guard down.
Yes, people do. So did my uncle. They do. They let their guards down. My father didn't.
And you hear about that a lot in a lot of these houses. And some of these guys would never expect to be bugged, and their whole houses, their businesses. And I guess if you're safe toward it, and once again, John Gotti's house never got bugged. Paul Castellano's did. Several other people we can name. That should say something, people.
Well, I'm going to excuse myself. You guys have a good night. I just popped in up for a little bit, and I'm not too keen on this, on the mob content. I'll hang out and chat. But everybody have a good night, and I'll see. I'll come watch your interview later, Angel.
Thank you.
Bye, Lee. Bye, James.
Take care. Talk to you in a bit.
Thank you.
Oh, I forgot to tell her. I forgot to ask her if she watched last night what I had to say, but I'll do that another night.
FBS and pizza are in the same boat. They have nothing to lose. So what do they want? Listen, come January, all policy rules change here on YouTube. So let's see who's doing the attacking.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Paul liked them ugly.
Did you read? I'm sorry to interrupt you. Did you read the text that I just sent you before?
Yeah, I did. Let me just look it up again.
Okay.
No, I didn't. Oh, I just seen it. 1 second.
Don't read it out loud.
You said read it out loud?
No.
Oh, okay.
Now you understand, okay?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Marky Mark. Paul liked them uglier and better for Paul. That dude could have had a dime. Paul was slumming it with Gloria. He was the head of the mob. He could have had any woman he wanted just about. It didn't matter how old he was. Plus, he had a penis pump.
From what I understand, like everybody loved his wife. She was like, a good woman. I will say that.
So do you think people were surprised when they found out Big Paul was having an affair with that maid?
I don't know. I don't know anything about any of that, truthfully. I don't know.
I know that the people in the family made fun of Paul because of it, because that came out. And so no one thought that she was attractive, but being surprised, I'm not sure. I think they were surprised with her.
She's kind of cute. Oh, you laughed at that?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You look at I've seen some pretty bad photos of her, though.
Maybe she was just not photogenic, and then when you weren't taking her pictures, she was beautiful. Just like Francis here.
Yeah.
That just happened to be a bad photo.
I'm sorry I did it again, but
What's
I'm
that?
sorry. I said I'm sorry I interrupted you again, but I missed the beginning of your show because of my babies were FaceTiming me, so I didn't hear the recording. What was the recording?
Oh, I'll play it again. It's not a long recording.
Yeah.
I'll play it again.
I didn't hear it. I'm sorry.
This is on FBS's show last night. FBS, get a better control of your show. You got people on there threatening people, and then you're telling them to do it. FBS, you make fun of me, call me an old man and everything, but you do a show. I don't do many shows about you, FBS, hardly any ever. But you seemed like last night you had those creeps on talking crap about me.
Look what happened the night you had somebody on here who threatened to go and beat him up, and you block it, like kick him off the screen?
Yes. Yep.
Exactly. See,
this guy. No, this guy's a.
him.
Okay, I'll play this one another time. Okay, here we go.
to this like perverted thing. You know, how much trouble can you get in for kicking a guy in the balls or smacking?
Nothing.
That's
What
something.
am I doing? Fucking year, big fucking deal.
You know,
The problem is he's old. I might kill him.
Nobody looking one behind his head. We're just looking to embarrass him.
Yeah, Frank sounds like, if I'm understanding this correctly, Frank, I think you want to talk about it, but you think I don't want you to? No, I didn't mean it that. No.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say,
no. I'm like, this is people talk. You know, when people talk out on the street, they're going to say, well, he's not ever going to do anything. No, that's not the case. I just don't want to talk about it.
I guess. Yeah. Well, if you do want to talk about it,
I'm going to
this is your platform.
I'm going to be a
I think there's a little bit of doubt in his mind, like he might be a little bit worried because he keeps saying that if you go to Texas, you're never going to leave Texas. You know, like
that is even infuriating me more to go.
Yeah, I know, and they know automatically by looking at somebody that you know they're up to no good.
Well, did you hear that?
Yeah, now here's the thing with these people, okay? These people, they come on the internet, they tell stories, they tell lies, maybe some things are true. They antagonize family members of the people that they ratted on. They come on here and then when you push back and you say, well, you're a liar, you did this, this, and this, or you even make fun of them, this is how they react. They want to come and beat you up. They want to stick things in your neck. They want to put you behind your head. They want to keep you in your private parts, whatever. This is what they do. This is what the government allows them to do when they get on this platform, any social media platform. This is what the government allows them.
Well, what's worse than that is you have a guy letting them go on his platform and do that.
I was just going to say
and
that.
And when guys come in here threatening FBS or anything, I throw them out.
Yes,
I don't put people up here threatening to hurt him. And God knows a lot of people would love to hurt him. You know, and you know, it's like, but he doesn't care. He's at a different level. You know, he thinks it's okay for these clowns to threaten people. And Frank, get this straight. I'm not even a little tiny scared of you. I'm not afraid of that clown that you got over there that's about to get his own video. No, you know why? Because you guys are cowards. You ratted on your friends. You turned into your friends. That's what you did. Not just mobsters. You turned into your friends. You went over to these people's houses. You played with their children. You were friends with their wives and their girlfriends. And how did you pay them back? You ratted them out. You put the men in jail. You took the men away from their families and stuff because you couldn't do your time. And Coffee Boy, Francis, God knows what you were looking at. I'm sure you were looking at a couple of weeks probably in the county jail. So you figured you would give up a ton of people.
See, that's it. They're very tough in the street. They, you know, as long as they have a group of people behind them, they're all tough guys. And then they get the handcuffs put on them and they're not so tough anymore. But then they rat and point their little fat fingers, you know, across the courtroom. He made me do it. He did this. He did that. And then they get out and then they get tough again when they get behind a computer. That's the best part.
You know, it's funny. They pulled up, they found a burglary charge that I had from back in early 80s. And do you know that they were saying, well, Lee, he snitched too. He took a plea.
Oh, now taking a plea is snitching?
Yeah, taking a plea is snitching.
Oh.
These are these guys on here. That's these guys on here. And the guy that I was involved in that case with me, his father was a parole officer. So yeah, but they want to make that sound. You'll never find anything like that with me. But now it's taking the plea. That's the whole thing. You go to court, you take a plea. Unless John Gotti tells you not to.
That's not funny.
Why? I said it was a joke. I didn't mean it anything personally. It was a joke. They get tough when everybody is behind bars
Only.
and can't get them. Yes, when everybody's behind bars, that's exactly right. They put them behind bars and they're not afraid of them no more. Why do you think these guys are out talking? Why do you think, Angel, do you think that Gene Barolo was talk this crap about Ronnie G if he was out here?
No.
But he's big and brave because Ronnie G is going to be in prison for it. But here's the thing with Gene Barolo. When Ronnie's coming out, Gene will still be locked up. If I had to guess. Because Gene's not going to stay out. The way he's acting, he's not going to stay out in the public. Diversity. Lee, your beer dye lasted longer than your diet. How do you know I'm not on a diet? I'm still on my diet. Believe me, I'm here dying right now.
Why are you dying? It's a good diet.
Yeah, but bread
You
and
can
pasta.
eat as much as you want.
Yeah, but you can't have bread and pasta.
No, but so what? You could have steak and butter.
What's better than pasta?
Steak and butter.
I don't know. I like pasta with some good Italian bread. James, what do you think? What's going on with you, my man? You have anything that you want to say to this?
No, not really. I mean, it's just obvious. You know, for me, the whole everything that Sammy talks about is either a lie or it's something that was talked about in his book. You know, in 97 or whatever. So, I mean, he's not really given out any new information. It's all stuff that was in his book. And so I think he's memorized his own book because he repeats the same stories over and over. So nothing new from him.
Carmine, thank you very much. That was very generous of you, Carmine. Okay. And no, don't send Angel anything.
You know what I want to say before I just want to say this. All it took for FBS to just be a decent guy, just be a decent guy, and just admit that, you know, what you said about my daughter was not true. That's all you had to do. Just be a decent guy. He couldn't even do that. He couldn't even appear to be a decent human being. So that tells you what, you know, what he is. He is garbage. In plain English, garbage.
And listen, someone just blocked.
They
I'd like to say one thing. Someone just blocked Down Neck. There was nothing wrong with that statement. Don't block that, please. I'm looking at it right now. Why you? Who's blocking that? Remember, I said about personalities twice now. Okay, I'm going to figure out who's blocking. Does anybody know who's blocking Down Neck? If you could find that out, James.
I don't know why he's getting blocked.
And he put up Marie Frick with a rose, and he got blocked.
No, he just said, God bless our veteran war heroes who defend our country. I'm confused.
Yeah, someone's blocking him right through this.
Oh, I don't know.
That's someone's person. Once again, someone with a personality that doesn't like that person.
I don't know.
Oh, Gravesend said that was me. I meant to block sex.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that happens.
Okay, well, giving somebody a rose is not sexting.
What?
You know, he had a rose in there that said Down Neck for Marine. It had a rose in it. It was just saying hi to a rose.
Okay.
James, why is Angel a liar? Because Angel is next to you. He doesn't have to lie. He outlived them all.
Who? Wait.
No. I want James to answer that. James.
No, wait, but who is? Wait, why is Sammy a liar? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
I
mean, it has nothing to do with. If anyone's ever heard me, I've been talking about Sammy being a liar, you know, for months. And in fact, before this show started, I posted that that he was a liar in the
But James,
comments.
James, are you nervous? Are you saying that because Angel's up here and you're scared? Are you afraid of her?
No,
No.
How much is she
No.
paying you, James?
not enough.
Right.
So,
Not
Bob,
enough.
that's a stupid statement. We're capable of being men and thinking about stuff on our own. Okay. So if you want to say that, maybe it's you. Maybe, I don't know, Bob. Okay. But anyway, you're right, Toxic Masculinity. The stories are mostly true, but he has to fabricate them for views and probably protect himself, even though he's got that. Richie, a lot of his stories are not true. I put up a list of 302s, and there's a link in here. Go look at the 302s, and go look at the stories that he tells that matches those 302s.
Yeah, a lot of what he does is he mixes in truth with fabrication, but what he also does is every story ends up with him being the hero. He has this need to be the hero of every show that he does for whatever reason.
I knew some of the people in the can and the people on here. I've talked to MRE about it and Gianni. Okay, well, I don't know. I moved in a conversation there. Good for him, Browning. Okay. They become tough guys on YouTube, but in real life, they were nobodies. These guys in real life were low-level gangsters. That's what they were. And I'm not talking about Anthony Arolada. I'm not talking about guys like that. He's an asshole, Anthony Arolado, for being on here, but he was the real thing. I'm talking about guys like this handsome Howie, whatever names, and then also Frankie or Francis. These guys were very low level part of their groups that they were in or whatever, whoever they were with, and they ratted. And then they're on here on YouTube and telling you how great they were. You know. Angel, did you ever think that you would see a day where so many of them would be here now? James?
Yeah.
Did you ever think that you'll see a day where so many rats are here now?
No, but I think that's their way of redemption, I guess. I don't know. Not sure
No,
why they want to be on.
I never thought I'd ever see the day.
And there's so many informants. It's amazing.
They're like cockroaches.
It's called revisionist history is what it is.
And that's what they're doing. You hit it right on the button. They're revising. And Sammy Gravano is real good at that. And unfortunately, you got a young group of people out here that you can shape their minds very easily. Look what's happening in our society. And their minds are getting reshaped. And they're going to think another thing. Sammy drops dead. And what do they look at? They bring up Sammy's library. And that's what they're going to believe.
Yeah, but does it really matter? Does it really matter? No matter what, let's just say Gravano is all right. He's right about everything. He's not a rat. He's not this. He's not that. He still killed a 16-year-old boy, an innocent 16-year-old boy. That's it.
Yep. You can't change that.
No.
You can't change the Alan Kaiser thing. He changed it. He changed the story about Alan Kaiser.
He tries.
Lee, you really triggered Fat Boy today. It was epic. I don't know why. I never even said nothing about him, but if something here triggered him, I don't know what to say.
Here's the thing. Now, Jeff Nadeau, he had on Gravano. Of course, he probably wasn't allowed to ask him about that. But how about when he had Judge Gleason on? Why didn't he ask him about that? Why didn't he ask Judge Gleason, how do you give somebody a pass who killed a 16-year-old innocent boy? See, there's a lot of people on here that let a lot of things slide. A lot. And Tom LaVecchia, did he have him on as well?
Yep.
Yeah, didn't ask him either.
Nope. They don't ask. Same with look at the questions. The worst interview I seen of him was Jeff Nadeau. I mean, he was every time Gravano mentioned something negative about the Gottis, Jeff Nadeau smiled. Richie Rampage, you're a horrible person, FBS, all this going on to blow back on you, laws of the universe. Richie, you're absolutely right. Karma's a bitch, and it gets everybody that's got me in my life.
Yes, and he and his wife used to do the shows of they used to do the Secret. Remember the book The Secret? They used to do that. What you throw out into the universe comes back to you. Well, what you two threw out into the universe, God forbid.
You
come
won.
back to
You won.
God forbid.
Tommy Bilotti held a flash. This is true. You guys heard about the bug when it was being. Did you, James?
Yeah, no, that is true. That the cable, that was all planned, and so they need the cable guy to come in.
And Tommy and Bilotti actually held the flashlight so they could see where they're. Wow.
Yeah.
Talking about letting your guard down.
Well, Tommy wasn't that. He was an enforcer type. He wasn't that bright of a guy, though.
And the scary part is Tommy may have become in charge of the family when Castellano went to prison. That's scary. If he went to prison. Oh, without a doubt, Lori Love. I cannot wait for the new policy changes here at YouTube. I cannot wait for it.
Me too. Me too.
And you know what it is? People don't think it's happening, but it's going to happen because right now they're getting tired of all these shows fighting with each other. It's you got people suing each other. You got people threatening each other. The main reason they're doing this, Angel? Because this year, 3 YouTubers were killed.
Oh, is that true?
3 of them, yes. 3 different YouTubers were killed because of their shows. So
I don't think that Facebook and Instagram tolerate this.
No.
They don't, right? They don't.
I was kidding with my niece one time, and I said to her, "You need a good smack in the face," as a joke, as like they suspended me for 30 days.
Oh, are you kidding?
And it was just a joke.
Yeah, Facebook has an algorithm that's always looking out there for that. I mean, so many people I've known have gotten suspended for just like what you said, Lee. I mean, and you don't have a way to fight it, really. I mean, it's just automated. So,
wow.
Yeah.
And what do you think of this one right here? Sammy Gravano did call Joe Watts an informant. Another example of a rat trying to call other people rats. Well, there's no evidence of Watts ever being a rat. Ever.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it.
Oh, that's okay, my man. Okay, I fell behind here again.
It happens.
Are people really that dumb nowadays to believe Sammy is a good person? How do you believe that? The biggest scumbag rat? Why does society like rats? Let me tell you something. Do you guys remember Ghost, the movie Ghost?
Yes.
Do you remember the scene at the end where the guy that was one of the killers?
Yes.
The death came and grabbed him from the streets and dragged him through. That's Sammy Gravano. If there's a heaven and hell, that's what's going to happen. He's going to be, because you could tell by the way he talks that he doesn't want, he doesn't care about anything he ever did. Everything he did is okay. He's making it okay, but he doesn't understand. It's not up to him if it's okay.
Well, I don't know. It's Joy Faraci if it's okay.
I can't listen to anything that comes out of Sammy's mouth. Shamigo, I don't know how you live with yourself, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Well, Gravano called Watson informed. Yes, exactly. I'm sorry. That FB said is going to have Tony Pizza take the leak on that letter Angel sent him. What's that? That FBS said that he was going to have Tony Pizza. Oh, he's going to have Tony Pizza piss on your letter.
Okay. Oh, what do you want me to say? Okay. Like I said, he's not a decent guy. That's it. He's taking it out on he's mad at me. He's taking it out on my daughter. That's not okay. So you're not a decent guy. So let's see what happens.
He was probably working for the. I wouldn't be surprised if he was working for the feds.
Yeah, I never understood, the George Gabriel, the handler for Sammy. It's just weird to me how, it just seemed like they were friends. It was strange how Sammy was able to really live in some pretty good conditions at the FBI headquarters. I just didn't understand some of the stuff, working out with them, running with them, boxing with them. I don't know if all that's true or not, but it's
They
just
did
weird how cozy they were.
Yeah, he did make friends. They make friends with their look at Ted Otto. He made friends with John A. Light. A
Yeah.
cold case detective, I forgot what his name was, Stephen Kaplan. He made friends with A. Light. They all went to an engagement party together. They do make friends with these people.
Yeah, and George Gabriel pretty much would take up for Sammy just about anything in
Yeah.
that case, so that, basically, because it wasn't known what type of sentence that Sammy would get, when he decided to cooperate. And then at the end, they were looking at maybe, 10, 20 years, and then he ends up, just had to stay another few months and it was time served, right?
Under 5 years, yeah.
Yeah.
He did under 5 years.
Okay, I don't see that person blocked. I'm looking at my block list right now, so I can't unblock them. But I will double check.
Yes, Sean McCaddle, that name does ring a bell. Yes, he does. How come Sammy doesn't know what happened to him?
Who's that, Angel?
I'm just answering somebody.
Okay, I want to, let's see. Lee, you think Joe Messina will ever talk on YouTube? He's very sickly old man. That's all I know. He's very sickly. Health-wise, he probably couldn't even do it if he wanted to.
Who?
Joe
Look,
Messina.
all FBS's people are coming in here with their hey Ridge, how about we do rest in peace Judy Shemtov too? Let's do that. R.I.P. Judy Shemtov, R.I.P. John Ferrara, and R.I.P. Frank Gotti, and R.I.P. Alan Kaiser. How about that? Let's all do that. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, Marky Mark, I can't put that up. Oh, what the hell? I'm not going to say the word. You have to do like suck an 80-year-old beep
Oh
the whole
God.
time. He loved every minute of it. Beep.
Oh, come on.
He said, please beep again, Sammy.
Oh.
Beep. I didn't swear. You know what? Nothing was read.
You're on mute.
Look at that. An insult
There.
about FBS, but I'm not going to pull it up, Angel. Isn't
What?
that something? Lee, did Gunsmoke remake all those that go on the pet show? I don't know what you're talking about, Joey. I'm sorry.
I'm talking about, did he remake all those guys? Oh, he's talking about when you remember Gunsmoke made all those guys previously? And I guess he's saying, did he remake all those guys that go on FBS's show with their new handler names? Because we have all these handlers, or all of these trolls coming over from his show right now.
Yeah, they're all
Oh,
here.
that's good. They're more than welcome.
Yeah, that's what Joey's saying.
Senior now, Gravano killed a kid because of so shame on him. Yes.
I wonder how all FBS's people that are in here right now, how they feel about when they make fake accounts or whatever it is with avatars that say Frank Gotti's mini bike. That's a 12-year-old boy, Frank Gotti's mini bike, and you people think it's funny.
They
because
don't care, Angel.
Screenshots of FBS laughing at the account Frank Gotti's mini bike. So it just shows what kind of people you are. You not for nothing, but FBS is so pale that it doesn't look like he has any blood in his body.
Do you think that maybe is a vampire that we don't
I don't know
about?
what he is. I don't know what he is. That you laugh at, jokes about a 12-year-old boy's death. It's not normal. Him and his wife's not normal.
Sammy laid next to his wife for years, knowing he had killed her brother. it don't get more scumbag than that. You're right. He hid it from her for years. Sammy hid a couple murders. Let's remember that. He had that murder, the Alan Kaiser murder. Nobody knew about those until he had to go in and tell everybody what he did. Well, it took his 302s.
They think it's funny that that just kind of listen. That just goes to show what kind of people they are. They really are degenerates. If you could laugh at a 12-year-old boy's death, I don't know what to tell you. Karma's a bitch. You don't believe it right now, but watch. I'm telling you, karma is a bitch. You wish death on people. It's not right. That's horrible. And then you make fun of 12-year-old boys who died. It's not. So it's disgusting.
Mhm.
But whatever.
Yes.
Hey, and who blocked the Angela Ricker account? That pissed me off, Angel. Someone blocked your other account.
Whose other?
Someone blocked Angel Ricker.
That's not me.
Okay.
Well, then you better put up Victoria Ricker too.
How about this one? Sammy grabbed his balls so much, I would check him for a wire immediately. He
That's
did used to grab
good.
his balls. Any picture, he'll be grabbing his nuts. I don't know what was up with that, but that guy loved to grab his nuts.
Yeah, Angel, did you ever know Frank Lacasio?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Very, very, very nice man.
Yeah, he's a stand-up guy, though. He's the one that
Well, he
supported
was.
John, yeah, of course,
Was.
in court. But yeah, I was reading some stuff today. It didn't make sense. Have you heard the story supposedly that your father had, got the Aryan Brotherhood to maybe put
Oh,
a
it's
hit
not
out on?
true.
That's so stupid.
Not true. But I
Yeah.
would like to answer FBS Simp Ridge. The joke was
Why do
about
you, why do you worry about them?
No, because this is what their narrative. The joke was about you, Angel, not your brother. However, you did wish death on a 10-year-old boy. Shame, Miss Rickett. Could somebody find that? Another challenge to FBS. Find where I ever wished death on his son. Could Lee Cole? Did you ever hear me wish death on a boy?
No.
You ever hear me wish death on FBS?
I don't know. I hear that so much. I'm just joking. Not from you.
I've never wished death on another human being.
No, when you start wishing it, bad shit happens in your life.
Let alone a boy. But like I said, Ridge, tell your boy over there to pull up the proof where I wish death on a little boy. Animals.
Okay. If you calculate the number of people that Sammy murdered versus the time he served less than 4 months for every person he killed. Imagine that. And that includes the charges that he did with the drug dealing.
Yep.
Imagine that, 4 months per murder.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Will you people stop saying that's a hairdo or a hairpiece?
No, it's not. It's not a wig. It's
Yeah,
real.
but he wore a wig at one time. You got to see him when he's standing at the door and his mother's kissing him in the forehead and sending him away. You could tell that's a wig.
I think he just dyes his hair real dark or something. I don't know.
No, that hair is that's his.
Angel, you're making him smile right now. Please stop saying that.
Freak him.
That his hair is real. I think the reason Joe Messina ratted was because he was facing the death penalty. Why? No, lots of gangsters are. Yeah,
I
it's
think
like
they took that off the table, didn't they? They took the death penalty.
yes. On top of
Yeah.
that,
Doesn't believe
so
in
what
it.
if he was facing a death penalty? Who was the last guy that was electrocuted in the federal penitentiary?
New York
Anyway.
doesn't believe in the death penalty, but they took that off. But they were going to take everything from him, including everything from his wife, his mother, all his property. They were going to take everything.
Yeah, but so he ratted on the other guys that they took everything from.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what it comes down to.
yeah.
This good guys or cops quote from Castellano is famous more than Sammy Gravano have quoted it. Okay, James Laird. Give me some names of people that quote it and show me actual quotes. Sammy quoted it. I want you to show me where guys that in the house heard that and said it. Please. If you could do that, James Laird, I'll take that out of my video. I doubt that you could do it, but you have that opportunity. Junior Rubio's handler saved his ass with Judge Sullivan. Okay. It is really true that Ratola is a chicken.
Well, I don't know.
I don't like that stuff being called people in here, please.
My Lord of the Strings. Yeah, but you used the dead boy to make that joke. That's why am I explaining myself to these degenerates? Anyway, my brother had a death penalty case also. And you're right, Sean. Vinny Basciano did as well.
Angelo, the right winger, says after Piggy's YouTube money making days are over, laugh out loud. He has nothing without talking about Angel.
Oh, a few more weeks.
They're disgraced to human society. Well, look what hangs with them. And this guy's okay. Let's see. Sammy at Thanksgiving dinner, passed the potatoes. Oh yeah, I killed your brother, and I had him chopped up. Yeah, imagine that. This is for you guys to check out. The fact Frank Lucasio's funeral in Belmont section of Bronx.
Yeah. Yeah.
Heard about it.
Did you go there to that funeral?
No, that was during the COVID time, and they you have to watch it. It's amazing. They're going through the streets with a horse and buggy with his coffin in it, and they are playing music. I think it's when the Saints come marching in, if I'm not mistaken. And his daughter and his, whole family is dancing through the streets. It was something very, very different. Very different.
That's what he says, toxic. But there's some evidence that it's been many more than one time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he says. That's all. He's not going to go in there and start admitting to what he did. They wanted John Gotti, so he was going to put everything on John Gotti.
Yeah.
Hey, great point here. Vinny Basciano had the death penalty case, and he didn't flip.
That's what I said before, Lee.
Oh,
They always will start off with the death penalty. That's just part of the negotiation.
Yeah, and then
Top G says, guess it will be all mob talk no. What's going to happen is people will change come January. And I think that most people will change, or they'll have their shows taken down. They're not going to let content makers attack content makers. We've been warned about it. So if everybody received their letters, they've been everywhere. As a matter of fact, they just put up a new video on the new law, on the new rules.
I'm far from defeated, Lord of the Strings. Far from it. Far from it. Stop, Chanel. I'm far from defeated. Believe me when I tell you. I have an interview at 8:30, so I'm concentrating on that. And
I'm going to be on about 7 more minutes.
Fascinated. No, I'm just fascinated by some of this. I never knew about this woman, Arlene Brickman. I never knew about any of that. So it's fascinating to me. And then when I was watching something about her, it came up, another thing came up about Virginia Hill. I never knew the details of all these things.
Well, I got a feeling that more people around here should do more stuff like this for entertainment, interviewing people.
Right.
Matter of fact, he used to interview people, but I don't think anybody would dare go on his channel anymore.
And what happened?
FBS used to interview people, but I don't think anybody else will go on. I don't think anybody serious will go on his channel anymore to be interviewed by him.
Yeah, well, he could. He, like I said, he's got the what do you call it? The rodent inn over there. So I'm sure he'll just keep interviewing them.
And it gets bigger and bigger, more and more every day.
More and more come. Exactly.
It's amazing that you can find that many. Who's the next one? Who is going to be the next one? We got this new clown here. That's which I'm going to really help you out with your new video, dude. More people are going to get to know more about you. Lee, would you even consider doing
shows?
Oh, shows on Italian organized crime groups. Yes, actually, that sounds like a very good idea. I wish that I can do nothing but that stuff every day, but unfortunately, you got low lives. And it's kind of we're talking about low level mobsters. I mean, let's face it. Frankie boy here, or Butterbean, whatever his name is. Butterbean's name is as Italian as you can get. Fiordilino.
What? You destroy every Italian name there is.
Do you think it's an anti-Italian thing?
No.
It's Fiordilini. It's Fiordilini.
Yeah, Fiordilini.
Yes. Okay. And then, let's not forget Pretty Boy right here, who's getting his own show.
I don't know who called him handsome. I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand that, but whatever. I guess to each his own.
He called himself handsome.
Yeah. All right.
Look in the mirror every morning. But Angel, you didn't want to put his picture out because he was too handsome.
Oh my God. I didn't want to put his picture up because I didn't want to put his picture up, not because I thought he was handsome. First of all, I don't even think he's handsome. I mean, I don't mean it that way. I don't mean to sound like he's not my type. Put it that way.
Well, Angel, here's exactly what he said. Let me throw a little gas on the fire.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, here's what he said. He said that the night that you with Marla, you didn't want to put up his picture because you knew he was handsome and you didn't want to give him that credit.
Are you serious?
Because he said that. He said something bad about you or something. He used a bad term. And he said you were mad at him and you didn't want to put up the picture because you didn't want to show how handsome he was. He really said that, Angel. I'm not even pretending.
Yeah. That's not true. That's not true. I didn't put your picture up because I was trying to be a little nice. I was reading the article, but
no, I remember that night, Angel, because you were about to put the picture up, and all of a sudden you said, I got to go, guys. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
I did not.
It's like you got all flustered by his picture.
No, I did not. I did not.
Have you heard?
I sent the picture over to Marla. She didn't think he was handsome. But I mean, I don't want to, whatever, to each his own. I didn't want to put his picture up there because I didn't want to do that to him. Because I'm the one who always says, it's wrong on both sides to do that. And so now I don't do it. And he says that. So then the next day I put up the whole newspaper article. That's all.
Well, I found plenty of pictures of him, so don't worry.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got about 6 pictures of him. He wasn't that famous, so I had to really look hard.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Yeah. So, when you're not famous, it's hard,
Yeah.
Hey, Angel, have you heard from Robert Rosso lately?
He's good. Yes,
He is.
fine. He's
I haven't
busy.
I hadn't seen him on his show in a week or so.
He said that he was going to be taking the month off because he's
okay.
in the process of moving, and then he has a whole bunch of stuff that he has to do with all the properties. So he's fine. He's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
he's good.
Yeah, I was a little worried about him again.
No, don't be. He's fine.
Thanks.
So I hear that Damien started a whole big thing over there.
I don't know why you
That
have
seems to be the conversation.
Yeah.
Could you imagine any of these guys meeting Damien in real life?
No, especially when he's on a bad day, when he's in a bad mood.
Handsome Jack is Paul Castellano and Gloria Oller's love child. Okay, so we know that.
Yeah.
I got to make that one with that video. I got to add that to the video. I did not. Okay, so let me get this straight. This guy right here, Handsome Jack, his parents.
Oh my God! Did he actually? Does he call himself? Does he actually call himself handsome? Like he's handsome?
Yeah, he has. That's his avatar.
No, I know. He's using some. They always use other gangsters' names. They always use gangster names.
Angel, I hear that if he goes and meets somebody, they say, "How you doing?" He goes, "Hey, I'm handsome." He doesn't even use any other name. He just calls
Oh my
himself
God,
handsome.
Rico.
Yes.
No, but what I'm asking is that what he actually said? She didn't want to put it up because I'm so handsome.
That's what he said.
Are you serious?
Angel,
So,
yes, I am.
So I didn't want to put his picture. So Chanel, stop. Because he's so handsome. So what does that mean? Like I didn't want to put his picture.
That means you didn't want to give him no credit. That's what he
Credit?
said. Yeah,
Oh.
you were like you didn't want to give him no credit.
Oh my God.
XXX says he's a Fanuc Jack. Looks like a crying. He could be Bill Catullo's love child.
Well, I thought that was Bill Catullo at first. You know.
Hey, I think I gotta go to the feds for a little while so I can get some new teeth. These guys get some good choppers, boy. They get some
Yeah,
good
they get a lot of good stuff.
They get top of the line choppers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did the government give it to them?
Yeah, well, he did. Well, he got teeth from them. He got a new
So
car
did
from them.
A-Light. So did A-Light. A-Light,
Yeah.
they spent, I think, 55 or 58. I don't know why 58 is in my mind, but 58,000 on a new set of teeth.
And he was getting all sorts. It's ridiculous what they. And the feds should be ashamed of themselves. You're talking this guy is under payroll for 2 years. Tell me that story about Jay. What's his name? Today, Justice Tech Pro put something up on Handsome Dude. What exactly did that
They
thing
put
say?
up the paper that they said that the attorneys learned that at the sidebar, I guess they weren't allowed to say it in court. You know, I mean, in other words, they weren't allowed to say it in front of the jury. But what they said was that they did a sidebar and they found out that he was asked to leave the witness protection program because he didn't want to find employment.
And that's Howard Santos.
Yes, that's what the document that JTP put up today.
Well, he was happy with the $4,000 a month he was getting, and the car, and the teeth, and
Yeah, but I guess that's while he was wearing a wire and stuff. But
Angel, yeah,
this is one thing that I do know, and I learned this from court. And I'll tell you, when you sit through 4 racketeering trials, you do learn a lot. And the one thing that they said was that a lot of these people can't take the strict rules of WITSEC. So they don't want to do what they're supposed to do. And so they do sign themselves out of, they don't want to be a part of WITSEC.
that's what happened with Bill Catullo. I know that.
Protection program, yeah. So then once they sign out, they're told, well, now you're on your own.
Marky Mark says that picture of Howie Santos is fucking hilarious. That guy should never show that picture, goofy looking bastard.
Oh, God.
Marky, you got a way with words, Mark. You're a poet without a doubt. You're like I can't even describe what kind of poet you are. You should write your own book, Marky, because that's 2 poems tonight that you put together that really made a lot of sense.
Yeah. What was I going to say? So, yeah, they sign themselves out, and then they come on YouTube.
He testified against Bobby Glasses and got life. Thanks, Howie. Yes, he actually testified against many people in the Gambinos. But the part that bothered me the most when I researched them is the people that were good friends and up until the very last minute He knew his friends were going away. He still hung out with his friends. He knew what he was doing to them. He was burying his own personal friends. That's who these guys are. Beg to crying Bill is ready. Oh, well, without a doubt he is. I Want to Talk podcast. Did your channel have a different name at one time? Danik, I'm not, I like Bill Gattullo. I think he's a good person and friendly guy, just like Mikey. He's not Mikey Scars. Please don't say that. He's nothing. I Want to Talk. I understand that, but he's nothing like Mikey Scars. And you might think that because, you know, you put up a lot of stuff, but he's nothing like Mark. I don't think you can even compare him. I think it's apples and oranges, two different type of people altogether. Okay, people, I've been here.
Yep.
I'm going to take off now. Angel, you go do your thing.
Thank you very much, Lee Cole, and thank you, James, and thank you,
Thank you.
everybody. At 8:30 tonight, I'll be on live with Marla and Peter.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing your interview, Angel.
Thank
It should be
you.
great.
Thank
Take
you.
care, Angel. Thank
Good
you.
night. Thank you. Lee Cole, you
Thank
better
you.
be there.
Huh? Well, I better be there. Okay. I'll be.
You knocked her off.
Well, no. Here's what I'll do. I'll put. I got a big screen. I'll put Muscle here. I'll put Angel there and watch him.
Yeah.
This way, I don't feel like I'm avoiding anybody.
Yeah.
Give them both views, and then I'll go on Angel's show for sure. Later in the night after the interview, probably.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys. Thank you, everybody that's been here, and I appreciate everything. I might do a live this week. I'm not sure. Another one. I haven't done back-to-back days in a long time. There were quite a few, be honest with you, but I appreciate, because I've been getting some big, and I'm very surprised at this. And thank you too, my man. I've been getting some big cash apps, and usually they're like $5-10, but these have been pretty big, and I really appreciate it. And I don't know why you guys are sending me that much money, but I'm not going to stop you.
Yeah,
Okay.
Christmas.
Yeah. Well, you take care, guys. Everybody take care.
Yeah, thank you.
And okay, you can hang out for 1 minute.
Yes.